All right. We are live here in Indianapolis and in Florida, and wow, it's been a crazy day today in the market. It's been ugly.
Oh man,
It is like not even pretty. Although I did buy some IBM that's holding its own, so that's
oh yeah.
yeah. I'm surprised, but yeah. But
Yeah.
I've just been. I really haven't bought anything lately. But this is everything I had just went bad. It's been about 20K down today for me. That's
Oh, I
yeah,
know. I've seen a couple of them look like they. I didn't know
yeah,
how much you still had, or
yeah.
whether you still in them or not.
I
So
didn't. I had a feeling it was going to get in the 60s, but I think it's just a downturn in the market. I think people are taking out some money and different things, but it's that agents. I had some of that. I didn't know it was going to do a 20-to-1 buyback on it, and that
I
is
know. I didn't either.
ugly. That is like that thing is tanking. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. So, but I didn't have a lot of that one, but the Mark Forge one's the one that's really I need to come back. So it goes down fast and it goes up fast, but I'm still ahead. But it sort of sums up the week. So, as some of the viewers may know, I'm a mason contractor, and Gary's a retired builder. And, I had somebody steal one of the mixers off my jobs this week. So Monday morning when you go in, and we had it chained up and cameras and all that stuff. But, it just started out the week bad and ended up the week bad. So, but the mixer was only 4,300.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all. Compared to 20, that ain't nothing. So it's just money. I'm burning it up here in Indianapolis. Just stay warm. Just stay warm. More good news. Here's more good news for you. I'm just fun. We did survive the eclipse. So we that was really cool. The eclipse was cool. My hillbilly wife was out there watching the chickens to see what they would do when it got totally dark, and they just stood around and looked at each other. She thought maybe they would coop up or think that they're lay 2 eggs a day. I don't know what she was thinking, but it was just a non-event for a chicken. So we got this new plug-in hybrid, Gary. I don't know if you knew that we got the Ford Escape.
Yeah. You said that.
Yeah. Well, the electric bill is $1,100. So it went up from $258 to $1,100. So I think this electric car thing, I'm not buying no Tesla stock. Hopefully Tesla does more than electric cars. But
Wow.
yeah, well, I think that the budget, I think that it was really only $150 more or something like that. But I don't know.
Remember last week I asked you, I said I was anxious to hear, Terry, our buddy,
yeah.
got a electric BMW.
Yeah, his is totally electric though.
Yeah,
Totally
100%.
electric.
And he had a charger put in his house, and that's when I said last week or week before, I wondered what the comparison between that and gas is. You found out.
So, but we're only putting about a tank of gas in every month, and it's only a 10-gallon tank, so $30 of gas. But then when you add 150, it's $180 is basically what the cost is. But like today for spin class, it's like less than 25 miles. I'm totally electric. It was no gas used this morning. So, but I got to plug it in for 4 hours. And I think it's sort of like range, because it's a range plug, that a 240 range plug that charges it in about 3 hours. So I think it's sort of like using your oven for about 3 hours. That's what I'm guessing. So, and I have a meter that's supposed to be less thing there. So I don't know how any of that translates to the market, but it's this whole week's been just a kick in the teeth, hasn't it?
Gold just skyrocketed.
Is it to 2,400? Is it a record?
24.48? But man, when it hit that, it sold off. I mean, it's down to
Did you
406.
Did you mess with it anymore?
Yeah.
Did you get on some shorts on that?
I was down $700 on it. Only one contract, because I have no idea how high it's going to go. Like Gary said, there's no intrinsic value to it. Evidently, there is now.
Yeah, there's $2,400 worth. I mean,
Yeah.
apparently that Mark Ford's has got no value to it, but I just think people got really nervous. I thought today would be a little bit of a comeback day, but
Right.
I was
Well, the day's
way
not
off.
over.
Yeah, it's not over, but
I got back in boil, but
I
I
was
just
looking at
sold
that.
it. Yeah.
Did you get it at 34? It looked like it got down to 34.
Yeah.
1634.
Right.
Or no,
I got in early
1334.
this morning after yesterday's inventories. And I mean, that thing, it's not going to do anything, but it's tradable right now. It's almost predictable.
It's so how the inventories come in. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'd take this account is taking a beat. I'm still up in it, but
Inventories came in high, so it really shouldn't go up today. But it's so manipulated, and I think it's at the bottom, right?
yeah, that's always the famous last words is at the bottom. So
Yeah.
so
Right.
the Dow is at 308. It was at 364, so it's come back a little bit. Everything is just getting beat up. So I don't know, well, we had a lot of bad news. Tell us what the news was this week, Gary.
Well, there's a threat that Iran is going to bomb Israel this weekend. How about that for news?
Yeah, well, see, now I have a stock that correlates with that. Let me full disclosure. I have ZNOG, ZNOG. It is a Israel oil drilling thing. And Gary, that believe it or not, that has been my only winner. I've actually made 42% gain on that. 42.88.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was. It's a 6-cent stock, and it's now at
Right.
almost 9 cents. So three pennies with a lot of them makes a difference, but everything else is ugly. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. If obviously, if they ever strike oil, I'll be in the money. I'll be like the Clampets. So I'll move to Orlando or instead of California.
Well, it might if they're saying the reason oil is also spiking is because of the threat of the war that's supposed to happen today, tomorrow, or Sunday is what they just said on CNBC.
Well,
So
did you see what they
roaming
were
around the
talking
internet
about?
right now?
Yeah, and not to get too political because it's in a political talk show, but man, you notice how much wars we've had since our current president's in office. And I'm going to compare this. This is what's really ironic. When Jimmy Carter was in office, and Gary, I know you remember when he was in office because we're old. Remember they had that Iran, they had the hostages. And then Reagan sort of negotiated a deal to get them released and all that. And Carter lost. We had stagflation, we had inflation, we had everything going on. Same, if it's not almost a carbon copy of the same thing, we got hostages in that Hamas have. So if I'm Trump, I would get my little fanny over there with my Big Macs and my Diet Cokes, and I would be bribing those Hamas people to let go some of those hostages, and let's see what happens, and just run this thing like he thinks he's Ronald Reagan all day. So I don't know, but I think that does have something to do with the market, the instability. What other economic news did we get?
Well, this market has went up on bad news.
Not in my case. I can't stand any more bad news.
So I'm not sure what's going to, the talk on the internet between us traders is the same thing. It's like, well, if they have a war this weekend, is the market going to go down or is it going to go up? Nobody knows. That's where they've got us right now. I mean, they really do. They've done a lot of unpredictable. Totally unpredictable things.
Yeah. So
based on the economy and the things that we're seeing. So we don't know how much is the fake news,
Right. Well, you got the president out there saying, "Oh, the Fed's going to cut the rates 3 times this year." Now the Fed's saying, "Hey, we might raise it."
Right.
And, the market does not like inconsistency or waver or waffling. They don't like waffling. So if there was such a thing as a Waffle House stock, don't buy it because they don't like waffles.
I sit here a lot, and I have not seen one instance of panic selling yet. Like, get me out of this market. Not yet at all.
No, I don't think that there's that. I think, and that's the only thing that is the presidential election is the hard stop. I think that, there's, some people think if Trump gets elected, it's going to be a down, but some people say it might be up. So it's that uncertainty. So one of our loyal viewers here, Spiro Reclianos, he says that's why we should diversify. Yeah, learning that one the hard way today. So,
diversify into what?
I don't know. He now Spiro. We're gonna have to have him on as a guest. We were supposed to have on two other guys like us to have a podcast, but I made initial contact, but they never followed up. But there's plenty to talk about in the market. The interest rates, and then we also have inflation. The inflation came out; it was pretty salty again, and then the consumer index, and it just seemed like, let's just give more and more bad news. And I felt pretty good until this morning because my stuff was holding its own. You could just feel the threads stripping away though, and it's like then I started seeing it go down. I'm like, and I had a bad feeling about the AGEN stock being 20 for 1 because it came out hot. It came out gained about 10 cents, but now I think it's a whole $1 down on the out of 20. So basically, I probably lost. I had 17,000 of those. I'm probably down to be an equivalent of having 13,000. So I got 850, I think, out of that. But now they're not worth anything. So it's just it's
right.
We'll see. And I look at maybe Mark Ford's doing something like that if they get too low, because I think they were worried about getting too low. They were down to 44 cents a share, and
they were.
Wow. I got some at that, and I thought, that's a bargain. Now it's about, I don't know how you add that up. If it's $7 divided by 20, the math always escapes me.
Well,
but anyway,
AGEN had one for 20.
Yep, last night. Yep, yeah. I didn't even know it was going on, and until I saw the message on there, I was like, "Oh dear!" And then
you woke up, it was like, "Where's all my shares?"
It's like too late. I almost sold it last night, thinking, but everybody else was selling it last night.
20 for 1. That's what it was.
Yeah, 20 for 1. So 17,000 makes 850 if you want to do them. I know how it works. I can pull up my account right now. Oh, while we're at it, let's talk about the. Here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and play this right out of the gate here. This is how my $1,000 challenge is going. The stock you picked was hideous. It was awful. Now you must ride the goat. Yeah, I think I got about $729 in that account.
And what was that stock? DNA?
DNA. That one I made money on. I sold it all. I sold all that at like 15, 16, or 17, and now it's down to let's see what DNA is down to.
It's down to 104.
Yeah, that's usually when you buy it.
Just going up and down.
Yeah, it was just 117.
Yeah,
I sold it. I sold it all, and I sold a couple things, but I got a lot of my eggs in that basket. I bought some IBM in a couple places. 500 shares and 75, and that is all. That one I think there is a very strong stock. They have a lot of stuff going on. Just saw some news today about IBM and AI, and they have a huge international market share. But their high is at 199, and we're up in that area, so.
Right.
But it doesn't seem to be able to go below 184 right now. So I think when things would turn around, IBM, I'm predicting IBM will be 192, back up to 192 in 1 or 2 weeks. As long as we get a little better news, maybe that something's up. But it's ugly. Even the gold mine stocks have not been. Really, just everything's taken a beating except IBM in my portfolio. Only thing IBM is the one
you still own AGI? Because I
no, I didn't. You shorted it?
Yeah.
That's not a good move, right?
I'm not in the money yet, but I think
it just keeps going up. Another one is
I'm kind of averaging in, but I'm not down much. So
yeah, well, see, that one's at we're at like 1559. I was messing around with it at 1450.
1459. Yeah.
It's like I had, but I
made
sold
some profit on it, but
yeah, I took, like they say, you can't lose taking profit. So, but
exactly. You can't
the other one was what was that? Oh, maybe I can find it here.
Well, while you're talking about that, I don't know if the listeners, we called Chewy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We
That's
called
your
the bottom on Chewy, and we called the bottom on iRobot. And Chewy's not going up fast by any means, but I really think we did pick the bottom on that. And also, Chewy came out with news either yesterday or day before about they are starting to get into the pet hospital. Is that what they're called?
yeah. I mean, it's big money. It's big money
Yeah.
in the
So they're going to
veterinarian.
have Chewy hospitals for pets. Are you drinking on the show?
Yeah, I got
Oh, nice.
this. Yeah, this water.
What's the alcohol content in that?
Not enough. Not enough for today. I may need to go put something in there today. I may have to go to some of my neighbors and get some harder drugs because. But the so.
But anyway,
yeah, that other gold stock, the FTCO, it's down to 502.
down.
Yeah, it's down to 502, and that one was up around in the 520s and 530s.
Why would that be down?
I just think everything's down. You think about when it goes down, it's just a matter of people selling off stuff at a low rate. And maybe there is a little bit of panic of like, I want to get my money out and maybe buy it back lower, or maybe I'm just taking my money out. I want to go to Morocco before Iran bombs.
I shorted gold yesterday again at 23.81. Just one contract. It went all the way up to 24.48. Okay, and I'm looking at $790 or something. Right now, I'm only down 214.
So they're selling it off.
Yeah, they sold it off big time.
It's like, so people are. I mean, a lot of these stocks they're just trading them all the time. And oil is a perfect example. Mm-hmm. I mean, gas does not go up and down that much. In fact, whenever I look to trade it, I see all the warnings on there. This is it's almost like playing a slot machine. It's like, hey, put your money in there.
Right. Hey, how's Joe's stock doing? BRZE.
That's what I almost bought that one instead of IBM, but I wanted a safe stock for my daughter. And, that's just right now at 184. I really think that's, if it can survive the rest of the day at that, that's a good buy. Yeah. It's an expensive stock. It's $184 right now a share.
Right.
But it's a good stock.
You and I didn't talk about that, right?
No, I did.
So I seen that then on the internet yesterday. Guys were talking about that.
Yeah, well, I bought it at 186 earlier in the week. So I need to get some back. But I'm like just so happy it's not tanking. That's
right. So it doesn't move quite like Tesla. Tesla, the talk on the street is that Tesla's going to 185. A lot of people bought it 2 days ago at 176, and they're kind of eating the dust on it right now. But that's something for you to think about.
What is Tesla at now?
It is 171. So some of the guys that I know, there's
$15 swing.
They're still in it at 176.
Yeah,
but yesterday it went. Yeah, let me do a 5-day chart. Yesterday it went all the way down to 168.72, about the low. And we were in the Discord, and it's like, man, are you still in that at 176? And they're, majority of them's like, yeah. Well, about that time it came all the way back up to 175.81.
It's funny how it sort of hits that. It sort of stays right around that area, and then Well, it's like like this whole week I felt like, hey, I really sort of survived this downturn, and then all of a sudden it just was like, no, you didn't. Here, have this cinder block and jump off this bridge into the water. Well, here's another one that we were looking at is that DDD 3D Systems Corp. It's down to 381, and that thing did not get under $4 hardly at all. Let me look at a longer chart here on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I know
I've
but
never
I don't
seen
even think it's a bargain because I think they got some issues. So they have some issues with reporting their to the FCC, some reporting stuff that they've had, and to me that doesn't sound that just like I said, they don't like inconsistencies. The market does not like that.
When did that news come out?
It's been sort of trickling out.
Oh, okay. I
It
mean,
is.
just to know, kind of get a feel for how low the stock will go. Was that yesterday, today?
Yeah, well, today, I mean, it's gone down 11 cents just today. So it was, like I said, it was $4 like Wednesday, and now it's 3.81. So it's lost, 19 cents in a
Man,
couple
I'm
of
gonna keep
days.
an eye on that. That's a good company.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, you said they were very similar to, and even on the smart score with TD Ameritrade, they got them at 6 on the neutral, basically neutral, which generally means pretty good. And they're 3 stars. And it does say avoid on Market Edge, but, it's like,
Well, like you say, Mark Ford's went down, 3DD's down. Maybe silly enough in this neophyte stock thing to think maybe right around the corner is 3D's day.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna buy some more. I'm gonna buy some more Mark Fords. I'm gonna have 500,000 shares of Mark Fords before this is over.
I was looking at it, man. I wanted to buy it when it dipped down this morning, all the way to 60.
It's at 60. What is it at now?
It dipped down to 64 cents. It's at
66.
66.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it was to buy. I think that was, but you just don't know the bottom of these silly things.
No.
It's
No.
you
don't.
You just don't know it. And
Man,
I got a few shares of the 3Ds and the
aging the gold, man.
Is it going down?
Yeah. I'm only down $141 right now.
I think this is almost like deja vu, like last week when you said I made money on the show. It's like, so I
was down, right. I was down on gold big time. And then the next day or Monday, like after the show or something, one of the reports came out and gold dipped right below my short, which made me positive, just a few bucks. And I got out and I thought, man, I'm going to get out and just watch it. I got a feeling this thing's going much higher. So I waited till 23.81 to short it again. Or I'd have been way down.
Yeah. So what is the draw on this? Well, I know, but I mean, it's just like, have you made a lot of money on short and gold before? Or is this something that you just feel like it's just like a competition. I'm going to beat them. What's your motivation here? Every time you say I bought another short on gold, I'm like, oh,
my son motivated me. Gary motivated me when he's right about there's no intrinsic value. I know people, in fact, I think, like I said, my brother bought a bunch of gold, I think around 1,200. But he was complaining about the fees, he had to pay to buy it and then the fees to sell it and all that. But I would think if he could sell it for today's value, surely you could make some money if you were lucky enough to get in back then. Now, I mean, who's buying gold at $2,300 and $2,381
an ounce,
$2,381 an ounce?
That's an ounce of gold. I mean, that's crazy.
Thinking they're going to make a good investment right now.
Well, I heard that Costco or Walmart, somebody's going to start selling gold bars. Did you?
Costco is. They've sold $200 million worth of gold bars already.
That's just people.
There's people. When the train, there's a type of people, the smart ones that get in first, and then the ones that's got to see the train moving. And when they see the train take off, they'll get on. And then there's the ones that's got to, almost get on about when the train's going to stop.
Yeah. I feel like the train ran over me this week. So Spiro says gold is insurance, not an investment. Is that? Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Well, it might be now. It might be some insurance depending on what happens.
If I got a cabbage, let's say I got like 5 cabbages, and I got to eat a cabbage a day, type of thing for a week. Somebody comes and gives me I'll give you a gold bar for that cabbage. No, I can't eat that gold bar. What, I mean, if things go bad, let's just say things. Let's
Well, you
just
can
say
buy more cabbage. Yes.
at
More
what?
cabbage seed.
What if you run into a guy like me that's not going to sell the cabbage for the gold bar?
Right.
I mean, it's like you're going to chip a tooth on that. Well,
Well, that's where we're neophytes. Whoever just made a comment. I
that's
mean,
Spiro. He's a neophyte too, sort of. Actually, he's going to be our guest. Maybe we'll try to get Spiro on next week to talk about. He does the.
I'd like to know why he thinks it's an investment at $2,300 right now. There probably somebody thought it was an investment at 24.48, but it's right now $23.95, and that's the reason I shorted it.
So, did you short it at the 24?
I was. If it hit 24.50, I was for a second contract. I only got one contract.
So
I was taking some heat.
But if things go, I mean, we've seen what COVID did. We see what happens when the freaking Instagram went down for 3 hours. How many people panicked? I mean, I just don't see.
It goes down quicker than it goes up.
I think lead. I think people need to invest in lead for their bullets. Because that
gold has went up. I know. I hate to keep harping on every day for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I just think that should be an indication of people that uncertainty. I would think, but I don't really. I'm like you, Gary. I don't hear it. I guess you don't hear the bullet that kills you. That's a shot that kills you. You don't hear it. But
yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 days straight up. Man. Every day was a green day for gold from 21.49 all the way up to 24.48.
Yeah, if you're going to get into Mark Ford, it's time to buy it. It's on the way up again.
It's
up to 67 now.
Oh, nice.
That's I think hit the bottom for the. I think we've hit the bottom for the day. It could go again next Monday because it seems like every day it started out bad and then sort of leveled off at noon and then ended worse. So, but
I don't know. The viewers out there, have you talked that much about Mark Ford? Just 3D printing company.
Yeah, 3D. Yeah,
it's a good company. I know it's a lottery trade and it's at 67 cents. And
they have 100 million. They have 100 million in sales every year, and they have a new product coming out. And to me, it's some of the people that are smarter than me have picked it to go up to $1.45, which I don't put a lot of stock in that literally. But
yeah, you do.
It's just a good company, and that's part of doing these. Doing the investigation like IBM, I'm like, man, that's $186 for a stock is a lot of money, when you, but all indications are that it's going to be a growing stock, and no matter what, it's going to be a stable stock, and they have IA that they're incorporating, and all the talk is good about them, and you know how that is. The good news makes good stocks, bad news makes bad stocks. So, but
I think good companies.
Yeah, even if they're good. Yeah, because a lot of these, it's what somebody will give you for them. And I think what happens is when we start seeing these downward trends is that people panic a little bit and they'll sell it a little bit lower than they want to sell it at.
It's like AI stocks. When they started all the AI stuff, we heard of stock symbols, right, that we'd never heard of the companies before. They didn't go up because they were good companies. They went up because of the AI awareness everywhere. So 3D companies will do the same thing. Mark Ford will take off. DDD will take off when 3D has their day. Yeah. Based on the activity, I think it's just right around the corner on those. But,
I just think the market news was just so bad this week. Well, we've had some, at least it wasn't boring. Actually Mark Ford sat there with below volume, and, they were doing 100 trade here and 100, just really not any movement on it. So I think that this is connecting to the news of the market more than it is anything else as far as what we're that the company's going through, because there's just literally no news on it. And, obviously earnings are coming out here in about, less than a month in a lot of companies. And that's the other thing about IBM. It pays a healthy dividend. I mean, they pay.
Oh, does it? Yeah, that's nice.
It's quarterly. It's about $6 a share a year, about $1.66 a quarter.
Yeah.
So that was, and I just wanted to put her in something safe that I thought would be good. I was going to do the account that Gary talked about last week.
$72
is what?
Gold is hitting the low of the day right now. Oh my gosh.
That's good for you though, right?
There's a place where you start trading, right? It is below that right now. Oh my gosh.
But that's good for you, right? When are
I'm only $65, $59.
So when we started the show, you were 1,000 behind?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they're watching the show. Maybe you got a friend out there that says, "Hey, I want Gary to do well on this. I'm going to trade this."
Oh, they really like me. $41. Man, they are selling it bad. Man. But anyway, let's talk about some stocks. I haven't talked about NIO with you much.
NIO.
Yeah. I think if there's viewers out there that are, that's an EV Chinese company that builds beautiful cars. And
okay, yeah, they're only getting beat up by 35 cents today.
Right.
It's time to buy it. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm telling people, I'm watching it right now because it's a good company.
Well, it's on an underperformed 2. It's under on the smart score for let's see smart score on TD Ameritrade, which I only have TD Ameritrade for another 20 something days.
Well, just to tell people what I do, I bought it. Was it yesterday or day before? A couple thousand shares, and I got down 500, and I exited out of it. So so now there's a much lower entry if I was to enter here. But from that trade, I realized that, the volume is just 100,000 a minute.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Today's volume is above average on this one at 46 million shares.
Yeah.
So but it's all the way down to 4. Well, actually, somebody sold some at 410.5. So, but that's super low compared to where it was.
It's just a good company. I would.
Now, is it Japanese? Is that what you said?
I will be buying it. It ought to go.
Japanese? Is this a Japanese company?
Yeah, Chinese, Japanese.
Oh, Chinese. And you say it's electric vehicles?
Yeah.
So we need to give a good review on electric vehicles.
I think they build buses, everything,
Yeah.
They're a Tesla in China, I think,
let's see. We just landed a big battery company, but I think it was not. I don't think it was China. I think it was somebody else. I wish I could remember. They're going to put in $3 billion manufacturing plant or something like that they're putting in northern Indiana. So
Plug power.
I don't know who it was. I don't think it was China. I think it was somebody else, but I need to know more before I say something, but
that's all right. This is a good show. We don't know everything for sure.
No, we don't know much of anything. All I know is that Mark Forge needs to do better.
I know.
Let's see where we're at on it now.
I think it will.
So yeah, Mark Forge is 3D printing company. It's still hovering around 66.5 cents, but it was 64, I think, was the one to buy it at. If you're going to buy it, if you're going to try to catch it on the low, because that if you look at, if I look at the graph on this, the chart, you can look at where's my chart at on this one?
Yeah, I got a 180-day chart. That's
Okay, here's we got one.
Very level, and then spiked up to 88 cents. You sold a bunch at 85 or something.
Yeah, that's why I've been, that's where they can't get that profit back from me. So I sold a lot at 80, and then I bought back in when it was lower.
Yeah.
On a couple, but they can't get that money from me. But let's see, I looked at a 3-year. This thing was above $10 3 years ago. In July. So basically 3 years ago, it was $10. And now it's all the way down to 65 cents. And the volume is heavy today, but it's still at heavy volume is only 500,000 shares. That's not, it's heavy volume for this, but that ain't heavy. That's not like Boyle or other things.
No.
But so
Tesla
we've had
AMD. Yeah.
They've lost 7 cents today on things. But if you look at let's look at a 3-month chart. Yeah, you can see where it's spiked up in February. About the middle of February, it went up to 85. I sold a bunch, and then I bought it back in February at some of those low little numbers. And then this last, just simply, just not that long ago was at 85 again. I sold some off, but I kept a lot. I didn't sell very much then. So I needed to go back up to 85 again. Just keep doing its thing. It's a little yo-yo.
Well, and that's obviously that's what they do. Even the bigger number of stocks. All of them.
Yeah.
Chewy's up and down. Another great one to trade is CLSK, Clean Spark. How's your Soundhound doing?
I have not. Let me check it. I've got that one. That one to me is like your gold option, your gold short. It's like, why do I want to keep doing that? So Clean Spark.
Next week I might be pretty green on the gold.
Yeah, you seem to be conquering that monster, but man, you got to.
Well, I've taken some
blood
heat.
Pressure.
Yeah, right.
Let me look at Sound real quick here. I have not looked at them for a minute. Oh, it's down. It's down to 445. So it's lost half of its. It was up to around $8 or $9, and this seems to be a pattern. So if you do a 1-year chart on it, it had another run way back when it was.
What's the symbol on that?
It's just SOUN. And Hound AI, and they got that bump when NVIDIA said that they were going to be, incorporating it. And that's another one of those. When I started looking at AI,
it went all the way up to 1054.
Yep.
Wow.
And I had just the week before that I sold my 1,000 shares at $1.95 that I had bought at $1.80. So I was just like pleased to make that $150 on it, and then which went up to, that would have been $8 if I would have got up to sell it. I don't know if I would have sold it at the 10 mark, but I definitely would have been looking at the 8 probably to sell it.
Oh yeah,
and because it's just not going to stay up there. It's sort of like the AGEN, or the AGEN, or what do we call that one? AGEN.
AGEN, right?
AGEN or AGEN, I don't know. See that one? Oh wait, that one's come back a little bit. What's up? It's back up to 810. I almost bought some more at 810 this morning. So, but the split, if you were doing math, the split should have run around 870. I think is when you got your stocks back. So it's still down. Yeah, quite a bit. But it bumped up to 890.
Wow.
If I would have been selling before hours, I could have
sold. The low today was
702.
702. Man.
That's crazy.
That is.
And I don't know what the volumes again. It's only 820,000 shares. But it's now that the shares. But you take that times 20, and that will that's what the value of the share would be. Right. Wow. So that helps. That helps some. Let me see if my account. I'm scared to look at it again. Oh, it's much better. I've only lost 4,000 in that one.
Oh, nice.
It was 6. So we're making a run here late. Oh, and Mark Ford's up to 68. Hey, we need to do more shows more often. Your gold's getting better, and are you back you back good yet?
Oh, I'm 50, hovering around it was good. It was green for a hot second. Now it's $52 down.
Yeah, but you're in the neighborhood you want to be in now.
But my
you were in the hood when it was 24.50.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't even told you. I'm not going to tell you how much I was down on AGI, but now I'm only down 368. So
yeah, AGI, man, that one, it just kept going up, but it's going down now, isn't it?
Yeah, that moves with gold, so it's going down. It was at 1601 today. It's down 70 cents.
Yeah,
believe me, that's wonderful.
I learned I got too many eggs in one basket. But AGI, it's a 10. They have an outperform on the 10, accumulate, buy, long, improving. It's all the news is good on it. But now it's down to 1535. Man, and when I sold, I bought it at 1440, and I sold it at 1485, thinking because it had been not really going any higher than that, and then would go back down. So, but this time it just kept on going. But obviously, gold going up, and there's really, let's see any news on them.
So, Johnny, who you think's going to win the Masters?
I don't even know who's playing Tiger Woods. No, there's one guy that's like really good that's picked to win it, right?
Yeah, Scheffler. Yeah, he is really good.
Is he really good?
He swings like you used to. His feet are not stable or anything.
He just like flies. Well, when my back's hurt, does he have that swing?
The only difference between him and you, his goes straight all the time.
Yeah, well, mine was going straighter lately because my back was hurt so bad. But yeah, it's that golf is like it's too much for me. It's too nerve wracking. It's like buying too much Mark Forge.
I'm telling you, we gotta. This show has been going on. We've really been rambling on. But if you come down next year and we go to Bay Hill, I just get to cackling when I call it fake golf. Those guys just hit it so pure. It's just like, are you kidding?
Yeah, it's like throwing darts.
Yeah, it's like there's no way. They're like robots. I mean, you don't see any of them hardly ever hit a bad shot.
All right, here Spiro says METV is a good AI play. Yeah, Spiro, I lost money on that one. Sorry. Let's look at it and see what it is. I'll try to remember what I had it at. METV.
Let's do a year chart on that. When did that start taking off? Okay, it was at 866 at a low of a year and has went up to 1287.
Yeah, that's about when I sold it, so that makes sense.
Well, hey, Spiro, if you want to did you do any of the Bitcoin plays, which is Clean Spark, Mara, Clean Spark, CLSK, MARA, Mara? I don't even know what companies they are. I just trade them.
He says, look at well, I mean, didn't Bitcoin like one day this week lose $5,000 in one day?
Yeah. They gained it back like the next day, or it's at 68 now.
That's crazy. I should have bought some of those when it was. That's what you always say.
You should.
I would have bought one when it was like $5. It's like, it's like it's like getting in on the ground floor of Lilly in 1920. Well, here we go. Here's one that's got a dividend offer. BITO.
Oh yeah, BITO offers a dividend. I didn't know that. I've traded BITO. It's a little cheaper.
What's it at?
Oh no, it's not. It's not the BITO I'm thinking of, but it is. I have traded it. It's $30.08. But they're all slowly just selling off. I don't know that they're gonna. I mean, who knows what Bitcoin's going to do? Is it going to go to 100 grand like they all say it is?
Yeah, this one's like gone. What's what do I got here? Let's look at a 1 month. Oh, it looks like the abominable snowman bit should be on a couple of those peaks.
Well, BITO did a good run from 1279 yearly low up to 3379. So it had a good Bitcoin rush. I just don't have the faith in it. You talk about not being able to eat a gold bar. How about a fake gold bar? I wouldn't buy any of them now. I mean, I'm sorry.
There's just so many of them. I mean, maybe we should start the stock market neophyte coin. and we can make them.
We'd be good at it.
I'm sure we'd make some that
Because
would
we
be.
don't. I don't know. I own Bitcoin and I own Dogecoin and I own Shiba Inu.
You own those? Do you have those?
Yeah.
How much Bitcoin do you have? Do you have like a whole coin, or do you just buy parts of it? How does that? Tell our viewers and me how that works. How would, if say I want to go buy a Bitcoin, I'm going to go trade in my Magic 8 Ball.
Open up a Robinhood account. I bought, and I buy them in my Robinhood account. You can buy Bitcoin, you can buy Doge, you can go to different. Robinhood is just easy. I mean, it really, you transfer some money in there, and it's
All right.
easy.
Well, yeah. Spiro's talking about. Do you understand the blockchain? So we're going to get Spiro. You're going to be cancel out your noon for next Friday because you're coming on the show. Okay. we're gonna talk about. I want to learn how to do the puts.
I just went green and gold. Oh my gosh, it is.
I'm your
20. It's below 23.81. It's 23.80.
So it's gone down $80 since we've been on the air, basically.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, and then market's going up too. Let's see what it was doing. No, the market's 456 down. So that's
goodness.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this one. So Meta TV, let's look at that one. We just looked at it.
All right.
It is down 25 cents today.
What is that?
It's hovering around it. It's METV.
Yeah. What do they do?
I think they're an AI technology type of round ball metaverse. I think that must be something that's works with
round hill ball metaverse. Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So,
all right.
So we've learned a few new ones today. Let's see what so now the 42 gold is $4.99. You would and it's one that's a gold mining place. But it's
gold is 23.78.
Where are you going?
So when are you going to
I wanted to short more of it.
When are you going to sell that? When are you going to do something? What do you do with the short?
I might sell it at 2,000.
So yeah, you might. I'll get a text later today. I sold that short, and then by the end of the day, you'll say, "Oh, I bought another contract." I don't know what it is like. I gotta quit looking at the sun.
377. I'm up $225, and I was down 1,000. Oh man, my AGI is green now. Okay,
it's
gonna be a good day.
Yeah, I hope so. For somebody, it's gonna be.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. It's good. Hey, there's always got to be a winner, and but we always got to remember our motto: buy low,
sell high.
That's right.
or short high.
Short, yeah. Hey,
buy low.
Mark Ford's is already up to 68.
Good.
So I'm about back to even on some of my stuff there. So yeah, I had a little but like I said, I did think the market was overreacting to all this news of things, and hopefully we won't have another war going.
We'll talk about that next week if we do.
They'll probably want to draft us because we're such good soldiers and everything.
Right.
Stuff. So, all right, Gary. Well, let's wind it up. I did actually. I worked on our ending. So that video I play with the two gals riding the bull, I fixed the sound on a little bit, and I also put the ending of the show on there. So I got this down pretty simple. I got the beginning, we come on and talk, and then the ending. So,
all right, John. Enjoyed it. Good talking with you.
All right. Well, we'll see it again next year, and then send me the dates on that Bay Hill for next year, and I'll make sure that if something happens, because I want to come down there and heckle some golfers and get thrown off the golf course. Be good.
I'll do it.
So hold on a second. I got to find the thing. All right. I'll see you. Hold on. Let me take the banner off here. And let's see. We got one last comment. Oh, look, our loyal one viewer today. He's all good. Now, this is just for StreamYard. We're actually on Facebook. We're on YouTube, and we're on Twitter. So people can watch on there. It's great. Right. So, all right. Well, hey, we'll see you next week.
Followers yet?
Yeah, we got followers on.
Yeah.
I think we got on Facebook. I have to look, but I think we're up to 25 or 30 followers. So I
Okay.
keep.
There you go.
Just got to keep doing the show, and
Right.
it'll come into there. And then as soon
Yeah.
as somebody, shorts gold, then they'll come on. They'll say, "Hey, I got this. I want Gary's advice on how to win this thing." We just
Yeah.
get on the show for an hour and
Right.
make $1,200. It's that easy.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
all right. See you next week. Noon,
All right.
same time. Over and out.
Out.
So you're new to the market and you're watching these market shows and talking to some of your friends, and maybe you listen to one of them and they say, hey, I got this great stock tip for you. Just get on board here and we'll ride this thing together. I'll show you how to do it and I'll teach you a few things. And you're like, okay, come on and get on. And then you get on there and then all of a sudden the market starts going. You invest this money, the market starts going, and it's going, and you're like, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit shaky about this deal here, and then the market starts going up and down, and you're like, hey, and then all of a sudden the earnings come out, and it's like, oh, your friend says, oh well, sorry about that. I really thought it was a good deal. I just I'll talk to you later. And then you're sitting there, you're holding on to the horns.